Hello, today we're going to show you an easier way to enjoy the views from Arthur's Seat. How are you? Hope you're all happy and healthy and well out there. Yep, now I have been up Arthur's Seat a couple of times on videos, but every time I've done it, I've went that way, which is quite a climb. Whether you're an experienced hill walker or climber or fit, either way, it's always quite a climb. And then once you get up there, up there, that's steep. There's no ifs, ands and buts about that. Some of that is quite steep. There is steps, but for a lot of people, that's just completely out of their reach. It's completely out of their realms of possibility to be able to do that. However, there is another way that you can go if you're not too bothered about getting to the very top, but you want to have some beautiful views. There's another way you can go. It's a lot easier and it's paved. None of this walking on that muddy stuff right there, which I'm actually doing right now as well. Look at the state of my shoes. Look what I've done. Look what I've done, because I wanted to come here and give you a nice view. Ruined my shoes, by the way. Now, we're gonna go the route so that you can see it. Now, when I say easy air, I mean easy air. I don't mean easy, because let's face it, it's always going to be uphill. There's no ifs, ands or buts about that. There's no very simple way to get up there without really being able to, have a little bit of durability, a little bit of stamina. Doesn't matter what pace you go. There's not a cafe on the way, there's nowhere to sit, there's no internet. So one way or another, it's going to be a little bit of a climb, but it's going to be a lot easier than that way. So you can see the normal route people walk. You can see it's well tread out as people start to go up, or you could go up there and cut up and go to St Anthony's Chapel up there if you just want to. But forget this. Don't go the way everyone's going if you want an easier way. What you want to do is walk just a little bit further down there, and I'll show you the way we're going to go. As everyone goes that way, we are going to stay on the path here and walk along and enjoy the views of the traffic fumes hitting my face. There's a ring road that goes round Arthur's Seat, and I'm standing on it right now. It looks like it's all one road here, but technically it's not. This part here is called Queen's Drive, and Queen's Drive is actually a road that goes up Arthur's Seat and round and down again. It's a circular road that goes up and round Arthur's Seat. If you used to be able to drive it, but driving wise, I think it's been shut since pre-pandemic. You haven't been able to drive up it, but you did used to be able to drive up, and it was nice and easy for people. However, there's a path. There's a path beside the road. You can walk all the way up, and we're going to walk up to at least halfway. I don't know if I'll go all the way around, because I suppose I'll have to. We'll see. But we're going to walk up. In total, if you're doing the full circle, it's about 5 kilometres. How do I know it's 5 kilometres? Because it's also a very popular running route, especially for charity events. So there's two of my patrons out there, Art and Olivia, who are very kindly one of the patrons who support the channel. If you want to become a patron, details are in the description. But about a year and a half, 2 years ago, they said, hey, we're going to do the 5k during the Edinburgh Marathon Festival. Do you want to do it with us? And they were doing it in memory of my mum, to raise money because she passed away due to a stroke about 2.5 years ago. And they kindly said, we're coming over to Scotland, we're going to do this run, would you like to do it with us? We're doing it in honour of your mum to raise money. And of course I did it with them, and it hurt a lot because I hadn't trained but I did it anyway. Thank you to them. I will forever be grateful for them and all my patrons. But this is the way we're going to go. It's a 5k route all the way around if you want to do it. So I don't know how long that would take you, but at least you know the distance. Queen's Drive comes along here, and this becomes Queen's Drive. And then we're going to go up and walk round. However, from here to the end, that is Duke's Walk. So the Queens get to drive and the Dukes get to walk. It's just the way it is. Anyway, this is the way we're going to go. And look at this. No mud, no fuss. Still going to be a little bit of a walk, but it's a lot better than climbing straight up a hill. This is one of the things I enjoy about doing this particular walk, or enjoying Arthur's Seat whenever in town. I'm not very far up. There's a car park right that's Duke Walk right there. I'm nowhere went up at the distance already. But I've already got mountains and things. If I look at the right angle, it feels like I'm in the country already. It's just beautiful. And since the road's closed, I don't even need to walk on the pavement. I can just enjoy the full space of the road. You can see as well, this is a popular walk. 3 or 4 people there, a couple people there, women there, dachshund there. So, you know, there's lots of people that do this particular journey. So I've been walking for about 5 minutes or so. I'm still in line with some of the higher up buildings here. But you can see it's not a steep incline. I'm not out of breath. I'm not particularly fit. I'm completely out of shape right now. But I'm not out of breath. I'm able to take my time. I know that I'm going to get to a point in Arthur's Seat where it is a nice view. Looks like it gets a little bit steeper, maybe just up there, but right now it's a very gentle incline. So I've been walking for about 10 minutes-ish. That part right behind me was probably the steepest part that the climb's going to be. I can already start to see out over the Forth there. We're probably almost at the peak. Got a little bit of distance to go yet, but we're probably almost at the peak of where Queen's Drive takes us. Just under 50 minutes. And that's me coming to the peak of where the road comes. It's been very leisurely. I have not tried to walk fast. I've got big strides, I'll admit I've got big strides. I'm tall. But it's been very relaxing. I can look at this view already. Looking out over the Forth, down towards probably Portobello-ish, guessing from the angle. I can't hear the city. Not that Edinburgh is overly busy with car sounds anyway. It can be, but I can't hear any of the city. I can hear a plane that's back there. That's it. I can't hear anything else. And there we have it. That's me at the peak already. Just over 15 minutes walk. Just over. Now, I know what you're going to say. You said we could see views. Well, I suppose you get another view of Arthur's Seat and you get this bit here. But, wait. I wouldn't lie to you. There are views. First of all, there's this. Dunsapie Loch. Which I bet a lot of you didn't even know was here. There is a small loch right at the top. Well, not quite at the top. But 3/4 of the way up Arthur's Seat. Where you can come. You can sit. You can relax. You can look at the swans. You can look at the people climbing further up the hill. Not bad. Now that it came that more relaxed way up to, it's maybe halfway. I don't know the height. I'm not going to take a guess. I don't want to throw you off. But if you really wanted to go to the top now, you could go this way. You could start from here and climb up. There's a couple of different routes. There's a tread path up there, and there's another one up there which will take you straight up there. If you really wanted, you could do it that way. No matter what, I'm not going to lie, it's always going to be a climb to get up there. Doesn't mean you can't enjoy some of the views at least. As we come around the corner from Dunsapie Loch there, that bit's got a name as well. Forgive me, I don't know the name of it. I think there used to be a settlement on there a long time ago. There definitely was settlements on Arthur's Seat at one point. I should look more into the history. I did used to know more of it, but I'm getting old. I'm 47 now. The brain cells don't work as good as they used to. Anyway, as we come around the corner here, without going up there, you get some beautiful views looking over the east from Edinburgh, out towards East Lothian, out towards the Firth of Forth, without having to climb up all that. So as you can see, there's an old car park here, right beside the loch. When you did used to be able to drive up here, you could park your car here and then walk from here. You could drive up to this point and then walk up. Not anymore, but you can just walk up this small, very small peak right here and get some cracking views. Going to be honest, if you don't want to do this, you could probably just walk further along the road there, but you won't be able to get the views that way. You'll get the views that way. If you want a little bit more all round, then come up this way. I mean, I didn't pick a good day for this. You can hear that squelch, squelch, squelch. Lovely. We're going on a bear hunt. We're going to catch a big bear. I'm not scared, what a beautiful day. Can you tell I have a 3-year-old daughter? So I want to give you this view as I discover it here. You can see that really wasn't a steep climb at all. With a little bit of effort, hopefully, most people will be able to do that. But here we go. Let's go enjoy this. Without climbing up to the top, without getting out of breath, without half killing myself to prove that I can get to the top of Arthur's Seat, which I've done many times anyway. You can go up there if you want. We're going to go over here. Look at this. And look at that. Looking out towards East Lothian. Looking out towards Pentland Hills, which unfortunately are just starting to disappear from the clouds. Can I see Craigmillar Castle from here? Should be able to see it somewhere. Craigmillar Castle's out there somewhere, maybe out there somewhere, I'm not quite sure. If I wanted, I'd climb up there and get a look at the east side as well. You're going to make me do it, aren't you? Fine, we'll do it. I've walked this far, haven't I? So, tiny little bit more of a steep climb, but as we come up here, there's the views we've already had. And we come up this way, we'll get a beautiful view looking out towards the east side of Edinburgh. That is a big rock. Never seen that before. It's huge. And here you have it. That's the view we've already seen. And as we turn round, we get a beautiful view. Firth of Forth, Portobello. Starting to see the corner of the Leith right down there as well. And right there, that's the road, just there that we walked up. And I didn't have to climb to the top of the hill to get this. Now, can you hear anything? Dogs in the distance, maybe? I'd like to remind all of you that right now, I am in the middle of the city. I'm on halfway up Arthur's Seat, in the middle of the city. There's a dog there. There's no one else here. I'm sure that I can see the dog's waiting for his owner, so the owner will appear in a second, but I'm in the middle of the city. You would think I was out in the countryside somewhere, up a mountain, but no. I'm in the city up a hill. And it's one of the things I love about Edinburgh. Arthur's Seat has maintained the way it has always been. You know what I mean? I made a joke video years ago about bad reviews of Arthur's Seat. And people were saying, there's no seat at the top of Arthur's Seat, and there's no Wi-Fi, and there's no lift, and there's no shop, and there's no toilets. No, there isn't. It's a hill. It's there to be climbed. It's there to be walked. It's there to be enjoyed. And it's there not to be changed. It's not our job to change it. If it wants to change, it will change itself over time. It's just beautiful. It's just, I'm a big fan of Arthur's Seat, as you can probably tell. I love the fact that we've got this massive big hill in the middle of the city. Yeah, only as I've grown up have I appreciated the fact that two things. When I go to other cities, or at least when I was younger and I started to go to other cities, and you kind of have a thing in your head where you go, what do you mean you don't have a castle in the middle of the city that overlooks everything? When you grow up here, that's the norm. You know what I mean? It's normal for us to go, there's a massive castle right in the middle of the city. It's on the top of a volcano and it overlooks the whole city. It's completely natural for us. That's what we grew up with. And also, what do you mean you don't have a massive hill in the middle of your city? Untouched, untarnished, unbuilt on, so that you can come and enjoy the countryside without leaving the city. Kinda, you know what I mean? There's two things that whenever I went to different places, when I lived in London, when I was younger, other cities I've went to enjoy, I think, what's the central thing? What's the thing in the middle that everything goes out from? For us, it's Edinburgh Castle. And that seems completely natural. It seems to me like every city should have a central thing that everything goes out from. Just the way it works here. So, I'm back down in the car park now. Car park? You know, when I was a kid, I couldn't say car park. I used to say park. My mum and dad, as I was growing up, used to enjoy reminding me that I couldn't say car park, and it was park. And also, I couldn't say my name. Not Tony. Oh, that would have been fun. Not Tony. My full name, Anthony. Couldn't say it when I was a kid. Entity when I was a kid. I don't like the name Anthony. I like Tony. Anyway, so Queen's Drive continues round. Let's go down it, and so you can see where it takes you out as well if you want to walk the whole road. So, one of the things as we leave just where we've had, that's Duddingston Village down there. Featured on very many videos over the years. Duddingston Village, Dunsapie Loch. So you get a unique view of looking down at it all. Look at the yellow flowers on the tree. They've been placed on there. Wonder why. I wonder if that's a new year thing. It's just for those of you watching, the day I'm filming this is the 5th of January. So I wonder if that's been a new year thing. I don't know. There we go, see? There's Duddingston Village down there. That's the view we've already had out that way. However, since we've come around the corner, we can now see more of the city. It's obviously a bit hazy and cloudy today. On a clear day, you'll be able to see for miles. But it's still a beautiful view. And again, look how many people are round about me as I enjoy a leisurely walk, taking in the city from up above. I should say as well that every now and again there's a bench, so you can sit down and relax if you really want to take your time, or if the walk's, you know, just a little bit of a stretch for you and you want to just chill. Bring some sandwiches, bring a flask, bottle of juice. You can still enjoy. We're just at the tail end of Duddingston Loch here. You can still see the village over there. Golf course in the middle of the city because, you know, it's Scotland. Can't throw a golf ball in Scotland without hitting a golf course. On a day like today though, I would recommend you wear appropriate clothing. I've got to say, I've got a hoodie, I've got a jacket, I've got a hat. Do you like the hat? This is appropriate clothing. You could get this hat. You could get a hat like this. Do you want a hat like this? Links in the description. This could be why the road's been closed to drivers for a while. Danger of falling rocks. Because, you know, it's still a hill. I find myself, when I'm walking around the city doing these sort of things, thinking of random things about the city, about what I'm seeing round about me. I'll give you two examples right now. Number one, this wall. It's a very old wall that was built a very long time ago. And it's still here. And you know, those people would never have thought. Also, look at this. As I was talking about how there's fallen rocks, then you get to this little bit of the hill here, and a wall has been built there to support that when they've been building this road. Because obviously, I think for a lot of this, they would have had to carve out or level some of it, because that would have been, you know, a bit of an incline. If we look at the other side of this wall, they had to build that. This was pre-scaffolding and everything like that, you know. They've had to build that wall there on that steep incline. These were hardy men, you know, hardy men when they did that. And again, as we carry on a little bit further, you start to see more of the city. So we've got more of the south side of the city here. South peeking round towards the west. Kind of starting to, you would be able to see the Pentlands there if it wasn't for the clouds and things normally. But I have never seen that before. See that down there? Drove that road many times. Never knew that was there. That little tunnel that goes under the road. Never knew. Now, I used to enjoy driving this route. Whenever I had friends visit in Edinburgh, I would drive round this route. We wouldn't really stop. I would drive round because I wanted to give them one view. There's a moment, it's a shame you can't do it anymore. There's a moment though, as you drive round this, we'll kind of get it as we walk. It'll just be slower. Where there's now about to be a kind of, I'm not going to call it a hill, but a rising on both sides of us. There's the Arthur Seat on one side, and then the other side a little bit of a rise. So you're kind of getting closed in. Let me show you what I mean. See what I mean? We've got the main bit Arthur Seat there, and then you've got this bit here. Now, first of all, I'm going to go back to when they were building this. They had to carve through this to make this road on both sides. But as you walk down this, and I might speed up the footage so that you can kind of get the idea. They have built this perfectly, and I mean, obviously they didn't plan this, but they've built it perfectly so that Edinburgh Castle just appears in between these two bits. Let me show you what I mean. Okay, I'm just going to walk a little bit slower so you can see. You can already see the castle is starting to, that's the castle right there, exactly in front of where the road's parked. So as you go forward, see when you do this as a drive, it just emerges right in front of you. As the hills part, so to speak, all you get is Edinburgh Castle right there, and it's one of my favourite things in the city, that it just opens like I don't know, like the sea parting, and you just get a vision of Edinburgh Castle appearing from the hills there. I absolutely love it. It's one of my favourite things in the world, really. And you don't get that happening anywhere else. You only get it on this road. You only get these two sides parting open perfectly, exactly in front of Edinburgh Castle. Did they mean it? Absolutely not. They could never have done that. Or maybe they could, but I bet they didn't. It just so happens that as you walk around here, as the hills part, the castle appears. Can't beat it. And then, once you're here, you get this view. There we go, there's the castle, there's a Royal Mile. Looking out over the West End, down towards the south side of the city, right there, where you've got the central part there, Salisbury Crags, and we're right at the side of Arthur's Seat. Just beautiful. There's a tiny little bit left of the walk, but that's kind of the views part. This road just continues round and takes us right back to where we started. It's good, isn't it? It's a great walk. It's not a difficult walk, I don't think, for anyone, apart from maybe the distance. It's 5 kilometres if you're going to walk the whole thing. So as long as you're aware of that, and you're aware it's a little bit uphill, you can enjoy it. And here we are at the bottom of that part. That's the road. We came up there, goes all the way up and round. That's where we've went round. This takes us back round towards Holyrood Palace and right back where we started. So when I was thinking about this video, what I was going to do, and try to think of things that would be useful to you all, which is, you know, kind of what I'm trying to do, I thought, yeah, that's great. It'd be a great one for people to know that if they want to enjoy Arthur's Seat, they don't have to do the hard climb. They can enjoy it in another way. And then when it got to today, I was of course like, why did I decide to do that? But you want to know something? I've thoroughly enjoyed that. I'm not out of breath. I don't feel in pain, or my legs aren't hurting the way they would be if I climbed up Arthur's Seat. It's been thoroughly enjoyable. It's not been the nicest of days, but I'm not cold. I'm not wet. The views were maybe not the most spectacular in the world because of the clouds, but they were still good. You know what I mean? And like I said, that part of looking at Edinburgh Castle, where it just emerges, is one of my favourite things in the whole world. Anyway, as we head down here, this just takes us to Dynamic Earth. So I think we'll leave that there. That's us came full circle, sort of. I hope you've enjoyed that. If you have, as always, please leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe if you haven't already, become a patron. That would genuinely mean the world. You get a few extra little things on there as well. Or if that's too much, that's absolutely fine. Just watch the videos, share them, buy a hat. Anyway, look after yourselves. Till next time, bye humans.